Every generation believes the same lie. We look back at our ancestors and we pity them. We read about the tulip mania of the 1600s or the South Sea bubble of the 1700s, and we laugh. We think, how could they be so stupid? How could they trade a house for a flower bulb? We tell ourselves that we are different. We have data. We have algorithms. We have regulators. We have solved the boom and bust cycle. But then, 2008 happens. Or 2022 happens. And we realize that the only thing that changed was the technology. The psychology remained exactly the same. Here is the alt logic of history. Financial crashes are not accidents. They are not bugs that we can patch with a software update. They are a fundamental feature of the human operating system. We don't repeat mistakes because we are stupid. We repeat them because we are wired to forget pain the moment we smell profit. To understand why the crash is guaranteed, you have to understand the paradox of stability. It was discovered by an economist named Hyman Minsky. He realized something terrifying. Stability is destabilizing. Here is how it works. When the economy is safe and boring and stable, people feel confident. So they take a little risk. They borrow money to buy a house. It works. They make money. So they feel more confident. They borrow more. They buy 2 houses. Then the banks feel confident. They lower their standards. They lend to people who can't pay them back. The longer the good times last, the more reckless everyone becomes. Safety creates the danger. It is a trap that resets every generation. The people who remember the last crash retire or die. A new generation takes over, a generation that has never seen a winter. And they look at the warning signs and they say, this time is different. We like to blame these crashes on the system, or the bankers, or the Fed, and they certainly play their part. But the fuel for the fire isn't monetary policy, it's biology. Your brain on a bull market looks almost identical to a brain on cocaine. Dopamine floods the prefrontal cortex. It suppresses the part of your brain that processes risk. Literally, you become chemically incapable of seeing the cliff. This is why the asset class doesn't matter. In 1637, it was tulips. In 1999, it was websites that didn't make money. In 2008, it was housing bonds. In 2021, it was pictures of monkeys on the blockchain. The vehicle changes. The driver does not. Greed is a constant. Fear is a constant. And as long as markets are run by humans, markets will hallucinate value where there is none. But what about the smart money, the professionals? Surely they know better. They do, but they are trapped too. In 2007, just before the great financial crisis, the CEO of Citigroup famously said, as long as the music is playing, you've got to get up and dance. He knew it was a bubble. He knew it was going to end. But he couldn't stop dancing. Because if he stopped, and his competitors kept making money, he would be fired. This is the institutional imperative. The system forces you to participate in the madness. If you are the only sane person in an insane world, you don't look like a genius. You look like a fool. So everyone keeps dancing. Everyone keeps buying. Until the music stopped. So, how do we fix this? The uncomfortable truth is, maybe we shouldn't. Forests need fires. If you prevent small fires for too long, the deadwood builds up, the underbrush gets too thick. And when the fire finally comes, it doesn't just clear the brush, it destroys the entire forest. We have spent the last 20 years trying to ban the crash. We print money. We bail out failing banks. We suppress volatility. We are stopping the small fires, which means we are guaranteeing a massive one. That is the final alt logic. The crash isn't the end of the world. It is the cleansing. It is the moment the hallucination breaks and reality returns. You cannot stop the winter. You can only buy a coat. So stop waiting for a system that is safe. Build a portfolio that is dangerous enough to survive.
If this way of thinking makes sense to you, subscribe.